30 years ago, we had an idea. I was one of 4 or 5 people that was involved in a company similar to what we're doing now, but very much larger. We were one of the big boys in the industry. We weren't Portakabin, but we were something of the size of Portakabin. We had over 3,000 items of equipment available for hire up and down the country, from the south of Wales to the north of Scotland. And we had a big idea that I think it was 4 or 5 of us that we would try for a management buyout. We raised, or we had the potential to raise £2 million to buy the company, and approached the management at that time. Didn't go down well. The company that we worked for were part of a financial conglomerate based in Bond Street called Pentos Holdings. They'd very recently sold one of the other companies within the group, Halls Homes and Gardens, and they felt that a second management buyout wouldn't go down very well. So although we weren't marked men in the company, we decided that we would start off on our own. One of the bases of our management buyout was that the company's product range involved things that were suited to the leisure industry. We had an extensive furniture division where we hired furniture out. We hired portable loos and offices out to the show industry. In fact, we used to provide equipment to all the major golf tournaments throughout the whole of England. And we wanted to extend that idea within the company that we worked for. The idea didn't go down well, so we decided that we left, handed in our notice en bloc, and we all left the same day to start up on our own. Well, the challenge was to provide ourselves with equipment to hire out, provide ourselves with premises, and perhaps most importantly of all, to find the wherewithal to actually finance the idea that we had. We all remortgaged our houses to find ourselves a little bit of capital, and we approached one of the national banks. They were operating at that time a small business set-up scheme. We approached the bank, put a proposal to them. They looked at it and said, well, you know, can you please go away and reduce that tenfold? You know, your ambitions are far too big for your capacity at that time. So we went back with a smaller proposal. So that was a major challenge. Once we'd got the finance in place, we had to have the equipment manufactured to our own specification. Again, at that time, there were very few manufacturers of that type of equipment. There were a lot of portable loos, perhaps, on the marketplace, but nothing really had been designed specifically for the show industry. So we had that challenge. So we approached a bespoke manufacturer and had them made at that time. Yes, we do have a mentor. For the last 20 years, I've employed the services of a company called Morgan Barclay. The proprietor of Morgan Barclay is a man called Pierre Lyon, a qualified accountant, very experienced in a whole range of businesses, and he is my company mentor. Not only does he audit my accounts, but I meet up with him on a very regular basis, once a month, to discuss where the company is. We discuss the profit and loss, the balance sheet, the cash flows, the potential for the business. So yes, he's been invaluable to me over the years. Don't try and operate on your own. Always seek support and help. And running a business is a very lonely business indeed. You need that backup and support. And I think if there's one thing I have to say about somebody starting up on a business, is that they should always keep their feet on the ground, and they should always have the value of money in the back of their mind. I've seen too many people start up businesses and thinking they're lottery winners, and that is not the case.